My name is Jon Longley and Director of Athletics here at Norwood High. I think the first thing that you do, that you're always working on, is the schedule, making sure that everything is lined up correctly, that people know where they're going, buses are on, scheduled on the right times, that your officials are assigned. So that's kind of your day-to-day number one thing that you check off. My path was a traditional path. I was a teacher and a coach, and I did that for a while, and then became had an opportunity to become an athletic director really young, and took that and kind of stayed in the position ever since. I've had the opportunity to work actually all across the state, which is unique. I always had an interest. It's interesting. I remember I went to prep school up in Maine and for a postgraduate year, and my grandmother used to mail me the Boston Globes, and I would get them once a week. She would send me the week's Boston Globes, and I'm kind of like a sports nerd, I guess, in a way, because I would study the scores of the games in the Globe. So I could tell you, for probably the last 30 years, like what programs do well in what sports, and I just was always, I would get those Globes and I would study each sport and who was good at what sport, and it just was something that, like that end of the job has a lot of different facets, but that always kind of piqued my interest. I am not a townie, no. I'm not from Norwood, and I currently do not reside in Norwood. I'm actually originally not from far away. I'm originally from Needham, Mass, and both my parents are originally from Needham. So most of my family is from Needham, but we actually grew up in Duxbury, Mass. My family, I have a close family. My wife, Libby, and we just had a baby in November, Lydia, and my parents. My parents live in the neighborhood that I live in now, which is a recent change. And I have two sisters and niece and nephew. So I'd say, my family, my wife and my daughter, and my parents and my sisters. I like to be active. I love to bike, and I like to walk and occasionally jog. So we like to spend time down the Cape, and we'll do the bike path, and we'll go off. And so I love to be active. I'm not someone that goes to the gym, but I like to get outside and move and do things and hike, and that's what I really like to do. Around town, well, it's probably lunch spots, because I do, working into the evening, I am able to get out for lunch, but I have different places that I go to. I feel like each year, or I trend. D&G is one of the mainstays that I go to, but I also go to Perks a lot, and on Fridays I like to go to Vincent's. I think even just for myself today, the advice I try and give myself is to enjoy it, to enjoy the moments. Don't get caught up in the stressors, which is hard for me. And so I always am reminding myself of that. Try and enjoy the games and enjoy the people, and not focus on so much the responsibility of what's happening, and try to be in the moment. And that's something that I sometimes struggle with, but I've gotten better at over the years. Get to know the people, be a part of it. That's hard to do sometimes, and something that I've worked on a lot over the years. The best day of my life, my wedding, probably, and then the birth of our daughter Lydia, which was recently. Those are two unbeatable moments, I'd say. I think, personally, just my growing family, my wife and my daughter, everything is so new for her, and that's exciting every day, going home and seeing, and professionally here in Norwood, just seeing the continued development and growth of the athletic program here. This is my 6th year here, and we've had a lot of changes and a lot of good things happening, and I want to kind of see how that continues to grow and develop as we kind of move along here. That's exciting to me. My favorite movie is, I love The Town. I can't get enough of it, so I would have to say I'm not a movie person. I'm not someone that typically watches them over and over, but that one I could watch over and over. Favorite sport would probably, I played football my whole life, so I would say, I'd have to say football. I love college football is definitely the favorite thing. I don't have to watch NFL, just the Pats, but college football, I love it, I read in the summer, and so that's kind of my thing. I try and read a few books over the summer, and kind of sticking with the New England theme. I love New England murder mysteries, I think I read Death on Nantucket. I'll pick up a couple of those in the summer, and it's just kind of in July, mindless. I used to read a lot of autobiographies and a lot of things on coaching and things like that, and did a lot of research and reading on youth sports and things in that area. But now if I read, it's typically more just kind of, just for fun type of stuff. So I like small town murder mystery type books. Favorite TV show would have to be, now with Netflix out, I love Peaky Blinders, and I love Ray Donovan. Those are kind of my two. I like M&M or cookie dough.